Hola, hola, and welcome to the Speaker Movement podcast. I am your host, Steph Wharton, a public speaker and coach for creatives who are looking to enter their speaker era in order to grow their brand and amplify their impact in sustainable ways. One of the things that I've talked about on the podcast before, and I definitely talk a lot with my clients on, is the fact that you can use public speaking as a visibility strategy in order to grow your community, get more followers on different marketing platforms, social media platforms. You can get more downloads on your podcast, more email subscribers, and specifically more paying clients. But the amount of people that you get in front of, although it can amplify the number of sales that you make, absolutely, it does not all of a sudden disappear if you're only speaking in front of a group of, let's say, 10 people, 20 people. Now, there was a specific opportunity that I got that wasn't literally public speaking, but this is where I think you can get really creative with your visibility and the partnerships and collaborations that you take part in. And the reason being that this opportunity was actually a media feature. So it was an interview that was then published as a blog on somebody's website. And it wasn't a website or a platform that got like millions and millions of people. Like the traffic wasn't infinite, at least not at that time. But the way that I booked this opportunity is this was a past client of mine who just felt really aligned with my mission and the way that I was coaching them for the past year or so. So they wanted to actually give me a platform to share more of my story and share more of my frameworks. So I thought, absolutely, not only is this aligned because I like you as a business owner, as a creative, but you're my client and I believe deeply in your mission. I want to be a part of that. I want to help bring more, whether it's value or resources to your own community as well. So we went ahead and did that. I booked the opportunity for this media feature and we did the interview. What I loved is they had very intentional questions. It wasn't just the fluffy, like, how did you start your business? They actually dug a lot deeper, and it allowed me to share parts of whether it's my story or my expertise that I hadn't shared in that specific way. And I think that's such a testament to the curiosity that a lot of folks have and how they make such good interviewers, whether it's for a media feature or for a podcast or even on like a panel, like they're moderating, right, other speakers and you're facilitating the opportunity for them to share their story or their advice. And I got to do that. We filled out, I submitted all my answers, and then they went ahead and published the feature. Now, this could have, again, been all that happened, right? It's just a cool opportunity to share my story, to connect with somebody in a new and different and creative way. But what ended up happening is that, of course, they went ahead and shared that feature with their community. And one of their peers really resonated with my take, my perspectives that I was sharing on that article, that they went ahead, and this part I'm not 100% sure, but my understanding is that they went ahead and reached out to my past clients. They talked about me in some way, shape, or form. My client ended up referring myself as a coach, and then I ended up signing a new coaching client through that. And the entire span, it was under 2 weeks. It was somewhere between like 10, 11, 12 days that this entire thing happened. So that is something that you can tangibly see, that return on investment. The investment being taking the time and effort to connect with somebody and share your story. And I think it's just so important to see that, because a media feature like that on a platform that gets like tens of thousands of traffic viewers, yes, would probably lead to a new client every single week. So hopefully at that point, you have the systems in place to be able to take on all those new clients. And if not, that's totally okay. Then it's just, I'm sorry, I'm at capacity for now. You can join a wait list, right? But that's incredible, the amount of impact it can have on your brand, and then let alone how you can impact others through those stories, regardless of whether you end up working them or not. It can lead to public speaking opportunities. Like, there's just so much potential from these kind of collaborations and opportunities. Whether it is a public speaking opportunity where you're speaking on a stage, or you're guest training inside of somebody else's coaching program, or if it's literally just a behind the scenes interview, like that is still, is not that it's public speaking, but it's still speaking to a certain extent, because it is the act of you sharing your voice, sharing your truth, sharing your message. And that in itself is essentially what public speaking is all about. You're just not using your oral voice, you're using the written form. So, if anything, I want this to serve as a lesson or a little shift in perspective as to what you get to do when it comes to sharing your message with people, sharing your story and your expertise. It can be on a stage, it can be in written form. It's all about just connecting with people through storytelling, through sharing the knowledge and the perspectives that you have. But it doesn't actually matter how you do it. And secondly, it's not about how you do it either, but it's also the amount of people that you're getting in front of. It's not always about the big numbers, although that's super sexy, that's super incredible. Sometimes it's just about a very aligned and intentional opportunity. And that in itself, as long as it feels really worth it and something that is very rooted in your values and how you want to grow and connect with people, it can be worth it. Not just from the experience standpoint, but from the potential for it to lead to new opportunities and sales. So next time you have an opportunity, don't just look at it exclusively from the standpoint of how many people can this get me in front of, but look at it from the standpoint of, is this something that I'm excited to participate in? And if that's it and you have the capacity for it, do it, because you never know where it's going to lead.